We do this often where we'll have a conversation before the episode, like I actually start recording, and then we say something hilarious about the conversation that we had prior to us recording. And I'm like, God,
Yeah.
I have to erase that.
Yeah. You say often, and it's every time.
This one I hated.
Like researching it? You didn't like.
No, sometimes I have so much fun doing it. This time I had zero fun. Sorry, go.
I was gonna ask if it was a dead kid.
No, I purposely didn't do a dead kid because we've done many a dead kid recently enough.
All right.
So RJ's disappointed.
I mean,
Hey, I lied. There's 84 dead kids.
84.
Yeah, there's
That's
84 dead
almost
kids.
enough.
Now I'm hard. Yeah, how come I didn't think of it that way this whole time?
Yeah.
Like this will be 84 episodes.
Oh wow.
Well, it's 84 like proper episodes. There's like 130 some with other things. This would probably be the one I hated writing the most. Most times I enjoy it. Sometimes I'm like, meh.
Interesting.
I think there's only been a couple where I'm like, oh fuck, I hate this. And this one here, I fucking hated it. So I'm
Okay.
we're going into this like this.
All right.
So much so that like I dread doing this. I don't know why I thought you don't remember what I said, eh? Do you remember what I said I was gonna be?
I don't at all.
You were up, you went, oh fuck, oh my God, right away. Instantly.
I mean, like I know that me having a bad memory about it, it's a bit, but it's really concerning that I can't remember it all, especially if it jumped out to me in some way.
Well, as soon as I say it, you're like, oh yeah. We're gonna cover a conspiracy theory. Titanic conspiracy theory.
Oh, right. God damn it. Yep. Yep, that'll do her.
An elite team of private detectives,
What if balloons are aliens? Maybe that's the key component we're missing.
cover-ups,
John's guilty.
mysteries that need to be solved.
Maybe Mormons need mountains.
Richard, shut up.
Oh my God. Right off the top, I'm saying it. I don't even care. Some conspiracies don't need to happen, guys. Like, I love this shit. I think this shit's so much fun, but like, nobody gives a fuck. Like, at all, 0%. Just keep it the way it was. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like no one gives a shit, dude. Come on. Think of a
Yeah.
better one. Think of like, give me a good conspiracy right now. Like, we could think of a better one in like 5 minutes. Right now, just
Yeah.
between me and you. Uh,
The Titanic sinking was just a front to get a bunch of billionaires to kill themselves in a little submarine 100 years later.
the that whole thing that you said, minus in a submarine 100 years later, is
Hmm.
like one of the conspiracy theories.
Interesting. Interesting.
Like it's so fucking stupid. No, but like seriously, you got to think of what we got to think of a conspiracy. We got to make something up. Just put it out there because if this gets fucking people, and we could make up one.
Um, uh, uh, Fuck.
Um, uh, I got nothing either.
Yeah. Damn.
We'll do it after.
Oh, they stole all the conspiracy theories.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
The reason we couldn't think of one is because
It's
someone
not our
took them
fault.
all. Not our
Yeah, it was
fault.
it was it was them.
It was the Rothschilds.
Yes,
The
those guys.
Whenever I hear conspiracy, I hear Rothschild somewhere. So,
Yes, that was a guy who ran a law firm here in my city, the Rothschild law firm. And he was like a personal injury lawyer, and then he got arrested for child pornography.
oh, I think that's the wrong Rothschild.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah, how
I
much?
thought I thought that was the guy who was controlling the world.
Imagine
My
that's how it
bad.
went down. Like in a fucking Rothschild finally gets sent to jail for not all the atrocities he probably does all the time, but because he was banging a hooker in a fucking bathroom in Texas.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Oh God. So everyone knows this
Holy fuck.
fucking story. Let's just talk about it a little bit. I did this. We're doing it. Everyone knows the story about the Titanic. 1912, night of April 14th, early morning 15th. During its maiden voyage from Southampton, England to New York City, the Titanic sinks in the North Atlantic after hitting an iceberg. It's only 4 days into its maiden voyage. The Titanic actually saw the icebergs coming, but it was traveling too fast to avoid them, which I kind of thought I knew that, but like I was like, for some reason I thought that was surprising that they knew it was coming. They just couldn't move. But
Yeah.
I feel like they did that in the movie. Like that iceberg straight ahead, but I didn't know it was like miles in advance they knew. Like it wasn't like just the guy in the front of the boat being like, "There's an iceberg." Titanic was the largest ocean liner in service at the time and had an estimated 2,224 people on board.
Whoa.
That's enough people. 2,000 people. It's almost the size of my town.
Yeah, that's quite a few.
After hitting the iceberg at 11:40, ship time took 2 hours and 40 minutes to sink. Officially, 1,517 people died on board that night, but I've seen numbers as high as 1635. I don't know how that like jumps around by 120, but it does. 110 women died and 53 kids. So there's our 53 dead kids. I thought it was 83, but it was 53. We're missing
All
4.
right. Well, way to dick tease me, pal.
We're down 30 dicks here, Richard.
Yeah.
30 dicks.
Bullshit.
Kids. I guess maybe some dicks. So to be fair though, there's only like 109 kids on the ship in total, so like half of them died. It's not like it's not a low number, it's more than I thought of the kids.
There was 100 some odd kids on there?
109.
9. Interesting. Because you said there's like 2,000 something people, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Only 713 survived. There was only like 163, I guess, women and children that actually got on that lifeboat or whatever. Like that survived. So that means like why these fucking guys let 56 kids die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those guys who are like, fuck you, I'm getting off the ship, just like watch children drown.
Well, I mean, like, can you blame them?
RJ's so anti-child, I forgot about that. Anti-living child. Dead child, he was all about that
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, they rock. They're cool. Those kids don't annoy me at all.
So the Titanic famously didn't have enough lifeboats for the amount of people on the ship. They only had a capacity of 1,178 people or 1,178 people of the 2,224. So like only like about half they had lifeboats for. The ship was considered unsinkable before it sank. It was gigantic. It was 269 meters long, about 29 or 28 meters wide, and it was about 25 stories high. It had 16 sealable compartments that were supposed to make it stay afloat, even with damage or flooding to 4 of them at most. As long as those compartments were sealed off, the ship would remain buoyant. John Pierpont Morgan. I didn't know JP Morgan stood for John Pierpont Morgan.
Pure Point?
Pierpont.
Interesting.
He went by JP for a reason.
Clearly.
He was the owner of White Star Line who built the Titanic, and he had a ticket for the maiden voyage, but he canceled last minute, citing sickness being a factor. He decided instead to go to France with his wife. It's very nice of JP Morgan. He was a Wall Street tycoon. There was another ship being built in tandem with the Titanic by White Star Line. The Titanic was built at a shipping yard in Belfast called Harland and Wolff, which that doesn't sound like a shipbuilding company. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, it sounds like one of those like paramilitary, like private contractors who like commit war crimes and get away with it because they're not actually part of the military.
You're thinking like fucking like assassins. That's awesome. Mercenaries.
Like BlackRock, where it should be somewhat innocuous, but it's so sinister because you know what they do. Like
That sounds awesome.
say the name again of the thing.
Harland and Wolff.
Yeah. Yeah, they rape refugees in the Middle East.
Well, that part's not awesome. It's the cool work they're doing around the world.
Yeah.
Minus the rape. The murder was for money.
The cool work, i.e., murdering Ukrainian children for money.
Hey man, we're all living a life out here. We're all just trying to get by.
Well, not the Ukrainian children.
We're just trying to get by, dude. Just trying to get by. I love Harlan Wolf. So Titanic's sister ship had basically the same layout as Titanic. It was named the Olympic. The Olympic ended up having a long naval life, was a personnel ship during World War One, and was retired in 1935 after its 24th year in service. So the popularity of this Titanic sinking over the years, many people have put up theories as to what actually happened that fateful night. Some say substandard building conditions, fires in places there shouldn't be fires, German submarines sinking the ship, or even a murder plot. Dun, dun, dun. All
Oh
right.
my God.
Do you have any theories as to why I went down off the top before I
Uh,
start with theories?
uh, I think it went down because an iceberg tore into its hull.
Yeah. That's the prevailing theory. We're gonna see if I.
That's that's what I watched in James Cameron's documentary.
Yes, it was a documentary for sure. Although
Yeah.
there are a lot of people that survived the Titanic that he made them characters in, and people that died too, I'm sure. But like, anyways, I found that interesting how he like took real people's names or like kind of the same and put them in the
Hmm.
movie. And it's like a bunch
Yeah,
of people died, dude.
you know. It I don't like him as a person, but he did teach me that apparently when you fuck in a car, people tend to evaporate into steam, which I didn't know until I watched that.
What?
The the scene where they're in the car banging and the hand
Oh,
goes on the window. Yeah, that's way too much condensation.
I have not. Yeah, that's a lot. I have not watched that movie. I didn't watch it for this at all. I haven't watched
Oh,
it in years. I just read about a bunch because like
I just remember that scene because it sticks. And also, it's one of those ones where like they parody and like other pop culture and stuff.
I'm sure if I saw it, I'd be like, oh yeah, that, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, yeah. It's just way too wet in there.
Like I watched this as a 13-year-old boy. You know what I mean? You know what scene I remember?
Uh, the one where the guys all play their instruments till they die.
Yeah, I remember that for sure. It's not the one that sticks out though, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, the when the when Billy Zane's handcuffing Leonardo DiCaprio.
You're getting closer. You're getting a lot
Oh,
closer.
okay. All right, all right.
All right.
Um,
So theory number one here is that the Titanic probably could have hit that iceberg and not sink had it just been built properly. Sure. There's a theory out there that the rivets used to put the Titanic together were mechanical fasteners rather than steel rivets.
oh
And
my God,
oh
the
my God,
monsters.
I know. And it's just used to save money, you know? So these substandard rivets became brittle in the icy water. And when the Titanic hit the iceberg, they just broke the rivets and caused it to sink. Who
What
cares?
what a tragedy that it ended the lives of like 1,500 wealthy people, a few people who worked in the bottom, who also probably weren't very good and quite racist, and then some kids.
Just the 53 kids are the only one you have any type of sympathy for. Gotcha.
Yeah, and even that only a little bit, because they're 30s kids, so they're also probably quite racist.
They're probably like taught racism quite early.
Yeah, you think about it, I mean, because they're probably more racist than like anyone's living grandmother, because they'd be older.
You're gonna see that one of these theories proves that these people were definitely bigots.
I'm
All right.
not surprised. Were they using black people as boats?
No.
Oh.
Not that bad. Yeah, so no one's ever proven this rivet thing. JP Morgan and White Star were spending shit tons of money on luxury liners. They wanted to get the corner of the market in it. They spent $7.5 million per ship. That's a lot of money for back then, especially. And they midway through, like, I guess the Olympic when it was being built was having less issues when the Titanic's being built. So it was out like a year earlier. And when they went out, they realized there wasn't enough luxuries on this, so they changed the layout of the Titanic just slightly with like a new canopy and stuff. Like I'll talk about the stuff they did just for like they're spending shit tons of money. Why would they do that for just to change like have a canopy and just not have rivets?
Because they wouldn't have been able to afford it if they'd used the rivets.
Mm.
You know how hard it is to come by money when you're JP Morgan?
Yeah, the one they named all the banks after. I can't say
Yeah.
anything.
What do you think? He's just sitting on piles and piles and piles and piles and piles of it. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's way too generous giving into social services with all the taxes he was surely paying.
I literally have the next thing in my scripts like, I doubt they're undercutting their Rivet budget, but overspending on luxuries. But who knows? Luxuries how they make their money. Luxuries is what he was going for. And
I mean, like, didn't they also pretty much just like eat handfuls of lead back then though? So it's not like
yeah, they didn't know much. They weren't smart, just as greedy.
hmm
JP Morgan, like I said, he was trying to get the corner of the market and this stuff. There was another company building cruise liners at the time called Cunard, a British company, Cunard Line. And
So now that's another war crime sounding
Mm, that's true.
outfit. Yeah.
That one sounds like European though. Like that one sounds
Yeah.
like it comes from France.
That's one of the Black Ops private military groups that would be around if Hitler won.
Mm,
Cunard.
Cunard. Oh God, Cunard.
The Uber Cunard.
The last. Um, yeah. So this British Cunard thing, JP Morgan actually tried to buy them before they were the bigger company, bigger than White Star Line, and they're like, "Now we're good." They got a bunch of money from the government to build ships for them, so they didn't
Hmm.
need the money from JP Morgan. But JP Morgan is JP Morgan, so he said, "Fuck this. I'm super rich. I'm just gonna buy White Star Line, the other one." He had boats. Like he already had boats, but he wasn't like big as these companies like White Star Line. So what he did to like he went to try and buy this fucking White Star Line. They're like, "Nah, we're good. We're making enough money. We're fine. We don't need to sell." He got his boats and dropped the prices down to like nearly nothing to cross over from Europe to America. Like he made these boats so cheap that no one would want to go on the like these luxury liners, and he just had bigger pockets. So he just went at a loss for so long and just crushed the White Star Line until they eventually said, "Fuck it, we'll sell to you."
What a nice guy.
Yeah. People would go to America, dude, for like a month at a time and just standing. There's no place to lay down. You'd have to be like all stuffed in a fucking box. Like that's crazy. That's a month
Dude,
standing.
okay, like it always boggles my mind. Like I wouldn't go on a cruise now.
Yeah.
A cruise is a vacation you take with all of the anxiety of not being able to stop it.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Like, what if you go on a, because like if you go on vacation and then like 2 days in something bad happens, you can like fly home from Florida or Disney World. It sucks, but you can do that. Imagine like just disembarking on a cruise and you get a call that your father died. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, just hang out?
It gets like there's like yeah, that's fucking great. I can't imagine what you'd be like pacing around. This is fun. We're having fun, right,
Yeah,
guys?
like in your shitty fucking bunk room.
Oh my God. Yeah, because you're like, I should have just upgraded. It would have made this trip better if I'm
Yeah,
staying here.
just getting seasick and absolutely devastated by the shitty insult comic at the buffet.
Yeah, that's uh I forget about this. My parents go on cruises like often enough, once a year-ish, and like, my God. It's fucking ridiculous, and you're right, it doesn't end. Like they have morgues
Oh, that's the thing. It's like ain't nobody pulling over because you got to get off. Like
for
you
sure.
got to wait.
There's
Maybe
there's
not the whole time, but too long.
I don't know what the number is, but I remember seeing this in a documentary or something. They have to have so many like places for dead body. Like they have to have so many like what do you call those? Like a morgue fucking a
Yep.
holding
Yeah.
area for dead
Yep.
bodies. That's fucking crazy. There's like because it's you're right. It's like a little mini town. Like you can't.
Horrifying.
Yeah, no. I am definitely not in for cruises at all. I think that's like no. I don't like
No,
the open
yeah.
ocean scares me too. You can't even get off. Like even if you were like I
Yeah,
don't want
like
to be here.
what if it was on fire?
Yeah, for sure. It's drowning or burning.
Right. Fuck that, dude. I hope like eight more go and sink. If you ask me, we stopped too early with the Titanic. They
Oh.
should have used shittier hardware for years to come.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not wrong.
They're also horrifying for the environment.
Oh, I would imagine. Yeah, for sure. Just no reason at all for that. So chokes out White Star Line, buys their company. Then he wants to build like the biggest luxury liner out there. So that's where he gets the Olympic and Titanic. But he just spent a shit ton of money. They say that he didn't really like give any money towards building those ships. He like got it from the market. He made more shares with his company or whatever. But like, I don't think he cared that much. Like, a lot of people say like, oh, he's skimping because he spent so much like choking them out. I don't think he was skimping. I just think this guy, like, I think he built it the way he thought was gonna. Like, that doesn't help. Like a rich guy like that wants everyone to survive because you make money that way. Like, I don't think he was
No.
skimping. So there's another theory here that there was a coal fire in the coal stores. So I found this kind of interesting because it's different. It seems plausible, but I mean I've never heard this one anyways. So to stop the fire from spreading, they just started putting extra coal in the engine, and that's why the Titanic was traveling like at an exceptional pace. Like it was going really fast when it hit the iceberg. So people are just like, oh, they saw a fire and they were like, oh, this is what we do. Just empty it into the thing. And it ended up being like a huge mistake that just like crashed an entire ship.
Awesome.
Yeah. Best mistake of their lives.
Yeah, dude, like you know what the hard part with this one is like it doesn't matter how it happened. I'm just glad that it did.
That's true. And that's like when I remember I said I hated this. It's
Yeah.
true. I like this is like cool. I don't care at all. If it went
Yeah.
down regardless, and like if it's the other like crazy theories, that's fun, but why are you spending your time on this? Nobody cares. It was cool enough as it was.
Yeah, because it's not like 9/11 or something where there was like emotion behind it. Like the iceberg didn't like record a video condemning JP Morgan for his sins against the law. So
It's got some first class passengers just with a knife up against its throat, like a sharp shard
yeah.
of its glass. Like
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you haven't even begun to see. This is just the tip of it.
this is just the tip. Oh God. So the other next theory about this is, and when it starts to become like not hitting an iceberg theories. So the theory is that a German U-boat actually sank the Titanic. It was a few years before World War One, so it doesn't really like make sense. But I mean, Germans be German, like
Oh,
you know,
this is in the teens?
yeah, 1912.
Oh, I don't know why I always think it's the 30s.
No, it's the 12.
That's the same time though. You know what I mean? Like nothing changed. Like sociologically, economically, sure. But like if you it's not like between like the 90s and the 2010s. You know what I mean?
I disagree. I disagree. Going from the 1912 to 1932, 20-year difference like that, there would have been a
Yeah.
full world war in between that. That's when America was booming, probably its most in the
But
20s.
that's what I mean. Like, yeah, like maybe like economically, maybe like sociologically and like politically and stuff. But like a guy, like just imagine a guy in 1912 and then like the job that he like do when it's like a calm, chill day and like how he gets there and what he does. You cannot convince me that's any different from 1912 to 1932.
Yeah, I guess so. Like
Like an accountant.
day to day, you're probably right. It was probably like
Whereas like now, like, we go from like 1995 to 2015. That might as well be 50 years apart.
yeah, there's a huge difference in like how life is lived.
Yeah.
But like I'm trying to think, like between 1912 and 1932, there'd be electricity would have been added to the mix. Like fucking
Yeah.
yeah, I
In
think
between there.
like mass electricity, like that's Nikola Tesla time, right? He'd be like late, early
I don't know.
1900s.
I feel like if you were like maybe not like regular guy, but like dirt poor. But then again, if you're dirt poor,
I was
nothing
gonna
ever
say,
changes
I
for
was gonna
you.
say, think of
So
dirt poor now and like dirt poor in 1912. I bet you it's very similar in a way. Not probably not. Just better food probably
nah, they
for one
got they
now.
got they got and now at least.
Your joke cut out as you said it. I'm guessing you said Android phones.
They got Android smartphones, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I heard and I was
Yeah.
like, it's Android. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, they can still browse porn nowadays. At least you always
Yeah,
have that.
that's really the mark of success in society.
If you
Can
porn
you
readily
can you
available,
cruise can you cruise for lewd photo at a moment's notice?
I feel like that's what you're saying is true. I feel like that's real.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I mean,
that's
because
not a
you think
joke.
about it, like no matter how bad it gets, like you still look at your phone. Like, you know what I mean? So like everything could be identical, like where you have to like drink well water and like walk like 9 miles to sell like 11
For
cents
sure.
worth of like
Copper pipe.
rotting chicken meat or something. Yeah. But then like at the end of the day, like, do you go home and then fall asleep on a hay mattress, or you go home and jerk off to titties and then fall asleep on a hay mattress? Because
One of those lives are better.
yeah, really, like
You're not wrong. That's why I changed my mind. I was like, nah, there's too many amenities now, even for homeless
that's what
people.
I'm saying, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, life is super different now. Like now to back then for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look that up more, but
I no, I mean I believe you. I just like I feel like it's like
20-year difference doesn't feel like lots until you look back at 20 years. Like I was in high school 20 years ago and I'm like, man, it's not that different, but really it is. It's super fucking different. Like so many different things. You could stream everything. I used to buy DVDs,
mhm.
CDs, you know what I mean? Like all that
Yeah,
shit's
dude.
like so many things have changed.
Yep.
But you don't really think about it till you look back. So 20 years, that's what I'm saying. 20 years is
Yeah.
like, but you're,
Smartphones pretty much only just happened or were starting to happen 20 years ago.
yeah, I think I got my first cell phone.
iPhone isn't even 20 years old yet.
So yeah, the Germans fucking shoot this fucking thing down. I don't care. They say the reason this theory even comes up is some of the survivors said they saw a ship lurking in the distance the night it happened. And they're just like, that must have been a German ship. And they sent a fucking U-boat at night to take it down. It's like, okay, cool. Like, it's pretty badass of the Germans to just go out and sink a fucking cruise liner for no reason before World War One. I like it. But it would go down much faster if a ship wanted to take you down. It wouldn't take 2 hours and 40 minutes. German U-boat attack in 1915, a couple years later, sank a British ship in 15 minutes of the same size.
Maybe they were just being gentle and taking their time.
There's kids on that one, guys. Let them
Yeah.
suffer more.
Yeah, yeah. Don't kill them so hard.
Okay, so this is where they get the whatever. Was it Germans? Could have been. It wouldn't shock me. Germans be Germaning often, especially back then. Titanic sinking was a murder plot. This is where they get
That's
like
crazy.
just before you even get into it. Of course it's crazy. It fuck makes no sense. But I don't know. So the Titanic was a plot to murder some rich people who were against the creation of a Federal Reserve. Some of the wealthiest men in the world were aboard the Titanic for a maiden voyage. Like I said earlier, J.P. Morgan himself was supposed to be on the ship but canceled last minute. Some believe he wasn't sick at all. There were other famous and rich men on the maiden voyage of the Titanic as well. John Jacob Astor, he was a real estate guy. He had probably the most money in America at the time, or the most money on the ship. He was the richest guy on the ship.
Did he live?
No, he died.
Well, goes to show you.
You can drown just like the pores.
Yep. And I want to watch you do it.
Benjamin Guggenheim. I don't know why. What is Guggenheim a thing? And this, like, I feel like that's in my collective unconscious. But this guy just was just like a mining guy who died on the ship too. How do I know that name?
I think it's like, isn't it like a place like the Guggenheim?
Yeah, is it maybe like a museum or some shit? I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
okay.
That
And
sounds right.
yeah, let's just say it is. It is. Solved it.
Cool. It's a museum of bloated dead corpses that are frozen over.
It's very deep.
Can I tell you one thing I remember about Titanic very vividly?
Yeah.
And it's from one of those, I don't know, like
Is it when she's getting drawn nude?
no, 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 no. And not
Okay.
not the movie, not the movie, just like the thing. I remember I was in the grocery store when I was like a kid and like I don't know why like that I mean it must have been the movie, but like because the Titanic was just like such a hot topic when I was like a child. It was like everywhere I looked. Um and not even like the movie itself, just like references to the Titanic as if it just happened. Like that's kind of how it felt. Like I was like, was this like last week? Like I don't understand. But I don't know if it was Weekly World News or what, but it was just like a picture of two skeletons in a life raft, and they're like two two gay lovers found embracing each other in the wreckage of the Titanic. And I was like,
Oh my
I I definitely remember being like, wow, that's embarrassing.
I love how that's a core memory of yours. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think it was formative or anything. I just think it really
It's,
just
but it
stuck in
stored
there.
itself. That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like you must have been what, 10?
God, no, no, I was single digits for sure.
Oh God, that's funny. That's probably true.
I
It came on
felt
the
I
World
felt
World
bad for
Weekly
them.
News.
Yeah, I nobody they probably didn't want anybody to know they were gay.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, especially
Right?
yeah, you thought it was
Why
last
else
week.
would they
That's awesome.
report on it like it was news if it wasn't a big deal?
That's funny that you, as a child, like recognize that that's well, what a story.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, wow.
Who got the scoop on this one?
Yeah, that is those poor guys.
Oh my God. So yeah, all these. Oh, there was one more famous person that was on the ship, Isidor Strass. I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's a Nazi. That's they're like I know it was before them, but like they were like
Oh, he was hanging out with them for sure.
yeah.
I think the Nazi Party was around for a while.
Yeah, they had to come up from somewhere.
These three apparently were opposed to the U.S. central bank. J.P. Morgan was a banker, and a central bank would benefit him probably the most. So that's why this whole theory comes in. Not only him, the rest of the country, really.
It was just yeah, it's just more philanthropy from J.P. Morgan, who's famous for that, and only that is his contributions to human society.
Uh,
Positive ones at that.
it's it's not even like. Remember I told you about Hamilton made this first central bank? Like America was just like after 20 years they just said, "Ah, fuck that. We're not doing the central bank thing anymore." So it went away and then it came back in like the early 1800s or mid 1800s after a bunch of nobody had money in their bank because everyone was getting robbed and shit from the so they had to like, "Oh, maybe we should have a central reserve money." They brought it back and then a couple years later like, "Ah, fuck this." So they already did it twice and then JP Morgan had actually just bought out like the country owed so much money, so he like used a bunch of his own. Like he bought the country out. You know, people cut like countries will buy out companies before. Like that's no, they're like he had to like fish them out of shitty. Like J.P.
Yeah,
Morgan was so rich and
it's
stupid.
it's really funny to think about how like everyone's like, oh, we're turning into an oligarchy like Russia, this and that, and it's like, guys, we done been there.
For a long
It,
time.
yeah, it's been that way. Like the big push got held back a little bit, but like that plot, like maybe you don't, but there's like they don't teach it in school here. But there was like a group of businessmen, high level executives who wanted to murder FDR and just throw a coup and take over the entire United States.
Oh, great.
Yeah. It didn't work yet.
How long ago was FDR? Like, is that
He was the
four
30s.
30s?
Yeah. Yep.
That's so crazy. So
Mhm.
Isidor Strass and his family probably did. He was the owner of Macy's, whatever. These guys probably were the ones plotting against the president. Like that's what I'm saying. These guys were rich ass fucking guys.
I probably, yeah.
I just love how the whole like Hamilton knew that you needed that as a country, and it actually would have helped out a lot. It did help out a lot during the Great Depression, having actually central bank. There were so many like before they had this. Like this is a good thing that he pushed for. It definitely benefited him, but it also benefited like little people who put like $100 in a local bank, and then somebody robs it and they don't have money. Like nobody has money. You know what I mean? Like the money's always guaranteed to be there, whether there's lots of it anymore. That's a that's a fucking. But at least you'll have it.
Yeah.
But I like how Hamilton figured that out like 150 years before everyone else. I find that crazy to me. Just made me think of Alexander again.
I found the thing and I remember it a little bit better now. It was literally just called the business plot or Wall Street Putsch.
Wall Street Putsch.
Yeah. They wanted to overthrow Roosevelt and install a retired Major General Smedley Butler as dictator of the United States.
That's a great idea. Smedley would have been a great dictator. He has nothing to prove.
Yeah. Well, he's actually the reason that it didn't work because he testified under oath
Oh,
that they were trying to get him to do it.
good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him,
Yeah.
actually. America's a lot of things, and it is a like trash bag of a country. Don't get me wrong. Like I get, but it's better than a lot of other ones.
But
And I don't want
here's
to see a dictatorship go there. My God.
no, God no. Yeah. And I mean, well, it's already here. So, I mean, too little, too late. But the problem and the reason that we have a dictatorship now is because they didn't publicly execute these guys, and they absolutely fucking should have. It would have been a very different timeline if that were the case. And Roosevelt had the balls to do it, and he fucking didn't. And that pisses me off more than anything. Best president ever, but my God, he should have absolutely, and like not even like a hanging or something tasteful. I mean, like they should have just had like children with the weakest arms try and like hack their heads off with dull swords
Wow.
in a town square.
Just let the town have at him, like fucking
Oh yeah, like and have it all as documented as possible.
like
Yeah, and
Gaddafi or Mussolini just get torn apart by the people.
yes, yeah, and I think that today then the CEO of Target would maybe think twice.
That's true. It'd be imagine Trump knew that he could do that and get away with it. Oh my God. Like, there'd be so many people just like, all right, guys, have at him. Like, oh my God.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think Trump ever would have happened if we did stuff like that.
That's true. He probably would have been one of the first ones gone.
Yeah, because he'd be like a rich guy and he'd be like, yeah, oh, I don't fuck with politics, pal. You saw what they did to those Wall Street Punch guys. All
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Yeah, we all do. His head's still on the fucking pike outside from Wall
Yeah,
Street to
that
remind
would be that would be the statue they have instead of the bull out there.
just five
Just
fucking heads of
yeah,
like super rich
yeah,
guys. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
all bronzed. The terror still in their eyes.
Oh. Problem with this entire fucking murder plot theory is that the whole thing's like JP Morgan to kill off his opposition to getting a central bank. None of this has been proven. Guggenheim asked and never spoke publicly about opposing the Federal Reserve, and actually Isidore Strass was like proven to have spoken in favor of it. So he didn't give a fuck about like he wanted this because rich people would have got way richer because of this stuff. All three of them stood to make a bunch of money. Now, maybe they just changed it because JP Morgan wanted to get rid of his like competitors because I'm sure all these other rich guys, they all try to get the same like, you know what I mean, try to make more money off each other's backs all the time. Cool, but like I feel like that's a lot of work. It doesn't make sense. Like what are you doing? Like, all right, guys, at 5 o'clock, fucking we gotta start turning this into the icebergs today. Like, like the guy at the ship captain's just like, we got it. That's what we're paid to do here. Kill 2,200 people.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
it's how it works, like the rich people say, "Hey, die," and you're like, "Yeah, no problem."
Yeah, let's all do that. Let's I don't mind. It's me. It's the world losing me that I'm more worried about than everybody
Have
else.
Have you ever seen Triangle of Sadness?
I've heard of this. I don't even know what it is now that
It
you're saying
was
it.
it was a Best Picture nom, I think like a couple
Oh,
years ago, and it's a black comedy about an incredibly like luxurious cruise liner. And like the first like third of the movie is them being on a cruise, and it's clearly just lampooning like rich people like in like this really like accurate but like satirical way. And like Woody Harrelson comes in and he's the captain of the ship and he's like an over the top socialist who just has to like cater to all of these like extremely rich capitalists. And he's also like an alcoholic and like a womanizer and
okay.
shit. Uh and then what, I'm not I don't I won't spoil it because I think you would vastly enjoy it. But like
I'm gonna
that's
watch it.
yeah, that's like the first like third of the movie and it just gets more interesting from there.
I'll watch that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a weird one, but it's good.
Yeah, so do you think rich people have that much influence to get fucking a ship captain to drive something into a iceberg? No, I don't think
Do
that's
I do I think rich people have enough influence to change the course of a cruise ship? Well, they bought an election in a country that's supposed to be the preeminent democracy in the world in 2024. So in 1912, could they buy the captain to list to the right? No, yeah, you're right. That's unbelievable.
just to kill yourself? There's someone just walking out in the middle of the street, just walking in front of cars for Trump. Like
I
just killing themselves?
We're close. I mean, they all went to jail. A bunch of them were fucking like, wow, ruined my life. And guess what? They didn't because they all got pardoned.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But I think like yeah, I don't think they thought anything bad was gonna happen. That's how dumb they are. Like if they would have known the consequences in their minds, I don't think they would have actually done it. I think they're just fucking morons who thought they were
Uh,
going to get away with that because Trump was going to win the election. No, Trump was just going to take over and give them like they're just dumb.
I mean, it
I
took
don't think
4 years, but they were right.
I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, I guess rich people are I don't know. I just don't think someone's gonna drive themselves into a fucking wall for $10,000. I just don't
No,
think
but
that's.
if you can convince them that they won't die,
Yeah, that's true.
you won't. You no, surely you won't suffer the consequences of cutting Medicaid, despite the fact that you rely on it entirely. You're white. Why would that affect you? Why would the iceberg hurt you? You pure white man.
Okay.
These
All right.
things these things don't come for all of us evenly.
I like how you're embracing the theory, the conspiracy theory, just to hate rich people. It's fucking awesome.
I yeah, I mean like that's the thing like and because that's the issue with rich people is like it doesn't matter if it's true or not. Nothing we can say about them will ever be enough. They deserve that and so much worse.
You're gonna like this one even more then. Less of a
Sure.
murder plot for other rich people, more of an insurance scam. That's the next theory. So JP Morgan owned the Titanic. Like I said earlier, it's $7.5 million, but it was only insured for 5 million because it was considered unsinkable. The other ship, the Olympic, I told you a bit about on top. The Olympic was similar in size, shape of Titanic, bit smaller, same build, nearly identical. There are notable differences though. Like I said, they spent more on the thing on the Titanic. The forward section of the A deck promenade was enclosed with windows, so they put this enclosure on the top. And then the B promenade had more elaborate layout with private verandas and suites. So they just made it more luxurious. They had to like add more windows on the B deck. And when they were doing the improvements, who do you think they called? Fucking Harlan Wolf. Did you forget about Harlan Wolf? Because I didn't. Fuck, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, no, man. I remember all the people that all those communities that they destroyed.
So the reason the Titanic was the biggest of the ship at its time is because they did those upgrades. And like I said, it was unsinkable. The Olympics' maiden voyage was June 1911, a year before the Titanic was even completed. In September 1911, the Olympic had collided with the HMS Hawke near the Isle of Wight and causes it significant damage. The Olympics all broken up now. Who do you think they sent to get fix it? Harlan Wolf.
Hmm. Did they rape it?
Yeah, probably. The Olympic was fixed just 2 weeks before the maiden voyage of the Titanic, and they were in the same shipyard. So each ship cost 7.5 million. That's $254 million like now money.
Hmm.
So expensive ass ships. Good thing they're unsinkable. JP Morgan and his White Star Line believed the unsinkable lie so hard that they didn't even insure these ships for the amount it took to build them. Probably had to insure them for business purposes, but they did it for 5 million. So when the Olympic hit the HMS Hawk, the insurance wasn't going to pay for the full damages. White Star Line was hiding how damaged it actually was. It was so damaged that it was never to be able to run profitably. That's the theory.
Whoa.
So the scam here is to like insure the Titanic for more money than it's worth, I guess, and swap out the ships and get ready
Damn.
for the damaged ship, just sink it and get the insurance money. Whoa. See, this one I believe rich people would do.
Yeah, me too.
Like insurance scam and just like it's just weird that someone would run into the fucking iceberg.
Yeah.
There's got to be better ways.
I, d- Probably. I mean, maybe it wasn't an iceberg.
Yeah, that's what some of the people say it was like shot down, right?
Maybe they built it with a huge hole in it.
Yeah. We got 4 days before it sinks, guys. Get out
Yeah.
there, get to the icebergs. Hurry up.
Yeah, they stopped stuffing it with Irish runaways and stowaways. They're
Uh,
like, all right, pull the bodies out.
maybe it didn't even hit an iceberg. Some controlled explosions. That's what some people are saying here. Sorry, I skipped to that part. I don't know. It seems crazy to me, but why not?
Possible.
There's another reason that the old Olympic and there's reasons that people don't believe that they're swapped out. That the Titanic construction number or ship number was 401, and all parts that were put on the Titanic had 401 like embossed on them or written on them.
Mm.
The Olympic ship number is 400. Her parts would have been stamped with 400. Any wreckage found had 401 embossed on its surface, so it's probably Titanic that actually went down, not the other
Mm.
one. And the other one was sold for scrap and it had a bunch of 400s on it. So yeah, it would be fun if it was true. Like I do like this one. They sank it for because I would just like I'm with you. I think rich people are fucking evil as shit, and I think that's just exactly like a rich person plot. Like fuck those
Yeah.
2,000 people. I'm gonna lose out 2.5 million dollars right now. I think that's
Yeah.
so. Some theories and other theories here that they're going for the speed record. Remember I said it was going really fast? Some
Hmm.
theories say that the Titanic was actually hit an iceberg was because JP Morgan was pressuring Captain Edward Smith to break speed records and like he was just chugging it with all the coal and then ran an iceberg by accident, just going too fast.
Happens to the best of us.
Happens to the best of us. Edward Smith, I hope he did that. I hope he was trying to beat a speed record and kill a bunch of people. That's fun. There's
Yeah, I mean, all right, think about it. You're a captain in 1912, driving this luxurious, illustrious, extremely high profile cruise ship. Obviously, you're drunk. What are you gonna do?
drinking
Do that sober? Come on.
drinking and cruise shipping. Is that illegal?
It's
Is it
huge. Like
captaining?
that's the thing. It's like well, oh, what are you gonna hit something in the middle of the ocean? Oops, yeah, maybe, but like who could have saw that coming?
The
You know what I
one
mean?
time, yeah, like I've
Probably a lot of people, but
who
it's
cares
not your
about
fault, okay?
I just wanted to go in the North Atlantic. Leave me alone. So what if I had a
And
few?
do it really fast.
Yeah, as fast as possible.
He was trying to be the Lightning McQueen of the sea.
Uh, how much of a bonus was he promised to beat that? Like that's the thing. It's like you probably could have done that too. Like how
Free
much-
free tickets to Cars 2,
yeah, exactly.
the musical.
All right. The next theory is a really dumb one, and this is one where I said they're like bigots. It's the no pope theory. This theory goes while the ship was under construction in Belfast, Catholic workmen noticed the ship's number was 390904. And if you flip that, it reads no pope, RJ,
No Pope?
no pope.
Well, that didn't work. Was the Pope on the boat?
There's no pope. There's no pope in the world. This is demonic. 3909 dash oh 04, no pope. Tell me how if you flip that, that's no pope.
What is it? It's
Right,
it's
right.
it's
Titanic, no
three.
pope.
Nah.
Just write Titanic, no pope. They'll show it to you.
All right, like so for starters, like I don't know where the fuck you get N
Out of four, I
out of a
know,
four.
I know.
Like you gotta that's a stretch. You gotta have the worst handwriting. Also, like nines, like yeah, like they can be written like that, but like that's not like how you like picture a nine in your head.
No,
It's always
that's
with the tail. So if anything, it'd be no Goge.
no Joge, no
Yeah.
Goge. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And whatever a Joge is sounds like a demon to me. A Joge? That sounds like a demon dog. A Cerberus is like a cool dog that you get, but you get like a Chihuahua type demon dog called a Joge.
Oh, well, hey, I mean, I have a new deity to pray to if he killed all those people. Let's go. We're come on, man. We had the submarine guys, we had the healthcare guy, and 2025 is sorely missing a dead rich person.
Yeah, we haven't had one yet. Well, very soon. Very
I know.
soon. I can feel
Oh
it.
my God. Yeah. Come on, baby. By the end of the year, we want to read the headline.
Yeah, we do.
Give us all a nice Christmas present. Goge.
So the Goge. I
Yeah.
love Goge. Goge is
Get
in.
his ass.
Yeah. But yeah, this they thought it said no Pope, and these Catholics were like, fuck, that's demonic. It's got to be cursed. You know what I mean? This is all fucking bullshit. I told you the yard number is 401 and the registration number was 131 438. It had nothing to do with the no Pope upside down. The theory goes that these Christians sabotage the ship to go down if we're hit anything. So they just don't like Satanists. They're bigots.
Well, that implies that Christians have actually done anything productive
Here's here's
ever.
here's what I like the most. Problem with this theory is that the shipyard, Harlan Wolff, where the Titanic was built, was super anti-Catholic. They were like, did not hire Catholic people. So it was a bunch of Protestants.
Good on them.
So they might have been great shipbuilders, but they are even better judges of character. I like Harlan Wolff even more. These guys do it all. They're the best.
Oh my God.
So I think this is the last theory because it's the stupidest one. The last theory, and this is a theory that was in the newspaper, not like the World News or whatever, the World Weekly News. This was in like the fucking newspaper, dude, okay? So this one's got to be fucking true. Okay. Theory, and this is the newspaper of the time, that a mummy's curse sank the ship. A mummy's curse. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this is the best part
Pic-
about the whole episode. This is
I'm
funny.
picturing like an angry, haggard British woman saying "fuck," and the captain was like, "Oh my God."
An old lady cursing. So let's talk about a guy named William Stead. He was an eccentric English newspaper editor that was also on the Titanic when the ship went down. This guy had been around a long time. Actually, he's well respected in the journalism world. He'd been editing papers from the age of 22 to the time of his death. He gained major notoriety in 1876 for his coverage on the Bulgarian atrocities agitation. I don't know what that means, but notoriety for that.
It was committed by an outfit known as Harlan Wolf.
Yeah. Harlan and Wolf were in
Yeah.
Bulgaria at the time. You're probably right. He was a pioneer in investigative journalism. So he's one of the first guys that actually went out and like figured out stuff through journalism, which I find that kind of cool because I listen to a lot of investigative journalism stuff, and it's cool that this guy was doing it in 1912, going to figure out Bulgarian atrocities and such.
Yes.
He was a father of six, child of two, husband of one. I love when people write that. I don't know why I think that's so stupid. He was a father of two. One of the more interesting things about William Stead is that he was a known and celebrated occultist. During these times, occultism was a lot more popular than it is these days.
What happened to us?
I don't know. I really don't know because I find that shit fun too. So the journal he founded was named Borderland and was dedicated to exploring psychic phenomena and explored themes of the afterlife and communication with spirits. This guy, he thought he could communicate with spirits using automatic writing. You know what automatic writing is?
Didn't we talk about this once?
I don't think so. Maybe we did. Maybe I don't
No.
remember.
It's where you just like let your hand go, right? But it's not what it is. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just keep writing. You just don't think about what you're writing, just write. Well, your
Yeah, and then
hand
you
writes
look at the
for you.
page and you go, "Oh my God." And despite the fact that you just fucking wrote that. Like,
Yeah, you knew what you wrote. You knew what you wrote. Don't even pretend. This guy just, I don't know. I fucking find him. I read a little bit into him, and I'm going to do an episode on him probably in the future because he sounds like fucking funny. He sounds like he did a lot of stuff. But anyways, he's on the Titanic, and the night it went down, early in the trip, Stead was with his first class passengers, and like I said, he was super eccentric. So he's sitting there in the dining hall, like in the nighttime, just telling him, like telling, he's that guy. He's like the guy you see in movies, where just regaling people of his stories of like ghosts and ghouls and stuff that he's seen over the years, Bigfoot and fucking, and everyone's like falling off his every word. Like they love him, and this is what people are saying after. And then the night that the ship went down, he told the one story about the unlucky mummy. And this mummy was actually a misnomer because it's not really a mummy. This thing's a real thing. It's like a mummy coffin lid, like a mummy lid, and it's a decorated lid that would have covered an actual mummy in like their coffin kind of thing. So like a fancy coffin lid more than anything. So the story Stead was telling everyone was that how this coffin lid was causing like a ruckus all around England. He told stories of like anybody who owned it or tried to own it would either like die, have big, great financial losses, just general misfortune in general just surrounded this thing. And the mummy was also causing people to get into like car accidents and like it was plaguing England. So with this story, after the ship went down, especially with the passengers who heard this fucking story, took the mummy's curse as being the reason for the sinking of the Titanic, because this guy had apparently just visited or whatever. And then somewhere at the New York World Herald, now that I'm thinking about it, that doesn't sound like a real newspaper, heard the story and they ran with it. And then a month later, papers like the Washington Post were running articles about the cursed mummy. The headline of the Post, like the Washington Post, was Ghost of the Titanic, Vengeance of the Hoodoo Mummy followed man who wrote its story. And like the story started to grow from that. Margaret Brown, who was an American socialite and survivor of the Titanic sinking, was said to be on the ship rushing back to America because her grandson was sick. Her grandchildren were sick, so she wanted to see them and like whatever, be grandma to them. I guess she's actually became famous, one of the famous survivors, because she was known for turning around the lifeboat number 6 to save others while on the ship. The captain guy or whatever, the officer on the ship was like, "We can't turn around, we're all gonna die." And she like made a little mutiny, chuck her off. If you don't listen to us, like if you don't turn around the ship, we're gonna throw you off, buddy. So she got famous that way. She's one of the people that James Cameron put in his movie, and Kathy Bates is the one who plays this lady.
Mm, that's right.
People call her Molly. Some conspiracy theorists claim that Molly was actually working for the Denver Museum. So this lady wasn't rushing back to America. She worked from Denver. And the curse is linked to the unsinkable Molly Brown because that's what they called her after she survived, the unsinkable Molly Brown. She's actually on the ship to take the Egyptian artifact on the Titanic to deliver to the museum in Denver. Then the story evolved into like the actual unlucky mummy was on the ship and it went down with the rest of the passengers. And the reality of the story is that the unlucky casket cover was actually and never has left the British Museum, or it's been before and after the crash of the Titanic. I love this story. The reason I like this part of it is that I just like how this made it to the paper because I love how people were so sad that a mummy's curse was causing the sinking of the biggest cruise ship in the world, and that was easier for them to swallow that, and then some fucking rich guy, JP Morgan, lied to them and said it would be unsinkable. You know what I mean? Like the rich
Yeah.
guy, I'd rather believe that guy and think it's a mummy. William Stead was, I'm just going to say one more thing about that guy before we get out of here. He was actually one of the heroes on the Titanic. There's lots of stories about him giving up his life preserver to a kid and helping women and children into lifeboats before purposefully going down with the ship. He could have definitely kicked a child and left him on the ship if he wanted to, but he went down with the thing as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, Mr. Stead, the orator, and the mummy's curse seems the most likely.
Yes, for sure. Easily even.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the solve this week is it was a mummy's curse. I'm down with that.
The solve this week is yeah, it was a mummy's curse. That's fine. That's how much we care.
Sure, whatever you
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, the solve this week is, do we really still care about this?
Yeah, the Titanic will never go away. It's stuck in all of our brains forever. And like you didn't even come out when the movie like you were how old were you when the movie was out? You must have been young.
3.
You didn't watch that when it was like you've watched it, obviously.
Oh, pal, nothing was monitored when I was a child. I watched all of that.
I feel like that's not one that parents should be super monitoring. Sure, it's got some boobs, but I mean, little
Yeah,
bush.
but I mean, like, not for nothing, but it was on 2 tapes. No child of that age should be watching anything that's on 2 tapes. I got up, my mom fell asleep, and I got up and put in the other tape for the Green Mile when it came out on video.
Your mom was sleeping, so you guys rented it together and she passed out.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and I finished it.
That's
She
good.
she didn't give a fuck about John Coffey.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the end. This is the why we still who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares why it went down? It did. And a bunch of rich people died. It's all better.
That's honestly, yeah, that's like, why, let's not ask questions. Let's just keep putting those good vibes into the air.
I just watched Private Dicks and I think RJ is the funniest.
What? Come on.